In the last video, we talked about pain medication and whether it makes sense or not. Today, we want to look at the question of how an illness develops in the first place and how this process works. Most people who come to our practice think that their knee, back, or foot complaints have arisen overnight. Unfortunately, this couldn't be further from the truth. Our body is a highly complex construct in which many intelligent systems interact with each other. This means that it has the ability to compensate for the failure of certain muscle groups. This makes perfect sense in the event of an injury. In this way, the injured structures are relieved, and the healthy side compensates for the lack of strength. It always becomes problematic when this becomes a permanent condition. This is because a muscular imbalance usually arises, which leads to an unequal balance of forces and puts asymmetrical strain on the joints. Over time, this often leads to joint pain. The problem with this is that it is usually a gradual process that the patient often does not even notice. There is a story that says that if you put a frog in boiling water, it will immediately jump out again. But if you put it in cold water and heat it slowly, it will stay in until it is dead. The body therefore gets used to certain changes and adapts accordingly. We know this, for example, when we take a shower and the temperature seems very warm at first. After a few minutes, however, you get used to the temperature. In science, this phenomenon is referred to as adaptation. The adaptation to the weakened musculature also takes place by compensating other muscle groups, which now take over the work. For this reason, people often do not notice their misalignments and imbalances. Patients are therefore not even aware that their body no longer has the strength in certain muscle groups to stabilize the joints sufficiently. This condition continues until the entire muscle chain is weakened. Then, the problems often become obvious. This often comes as a surprise to patients. This is because they have never really noticed the symptoms. They are not aware of their long history. So let's summarize. An illness always has a history and usually develops over years. Unfortunately, this is a gradual process that people are not aware of. If you want to learn more about anatomy, you can visit our channel. Here we try to convey basic anatomical knowledge. This gives people the opportunity to help themselves and others. We hope you enjoyed the video and look forward to seeing you again in the next part.